Welcome to a roundup of this week's car, motorsport and sim racing news, right here on Is It Fast? This week we talk about Nissan, Alfa Romeo, MotoGP and where you can watch all the best sim racing over the weekend. We start this week with news from Alfa Romeo. The Stelvio and Giulia Quadrifolios have been with us for a number of years now, and that means that it is time for a mid-life facelift. So on the outside, you can expect a number of new colours to give those already very sexy body shells a bit of a lift, but the real changes come inside of the cabin. That's right, there is a new 8.8-inch screen for your infotainment that is also now going to be available as a touchscreen, and they've made a couple of changes to the gear selector knob on the inside as well. Overall, there's been no change to the actual performance or the engine that you find at the front, and most importantly, it is still one of the, if not the, most attractive set of cars available on the market right now. News from Germany now, as Alpina, BMW's better-looking brother, have announced some new cars. The new D3S Saloon and Sports Tourer are going to be available with 355 horsepower, and they have told us that unlike most diesels, there's going to be an awful lot of throttle response at low revs. I don't care. They look really cool and they'll probably go really quick. Apparently Nissan are looking to pull out of Europe completely. Allegedly, they are looking to concentrate their business on their main markets of North America, China and of course Japan. At the moment these reports are unsubstantiated, but we could be in for a little bit of a shock as the manufacturer of the Duke, the Qashqai and of course the mighty GTR might not be doing anything on our continent at all anymore. Figures released this week have shown that new car sales in April in the UK are down 97% compared to the same time in 2019. Given the unique set of circumstances that we all find ourselves in at the moment, it isn't really a surprise that just over 4,000 cars were registered throughout the whole month. It does ask the question, what does the future hold for the car industry? And in a slightly wider point, what does the future for car buying look like for consumers and for manufacturers alike, not only for the rest of 2020, but as we look ahead into the future? Leave us a comment to tell us what you think the future of car sales and car buying looks like for the rest of this year and into the future. Motorsport news now, and we start with sim racing. The virtual Grand Prix of Brazil took place last weekend, with Alexander Albon storming into a victory and at the same time ensuring that Leclerc did not win his third race on the spin. Meanwhile, in North America, with the virtual Indianapolis taking place, there was drama as Simon Pagenaud appeared to allegedly slow down on purpose to get in the way of Lando Norris, therefore denying him what would have been a very spectacular victory. We move back into the real world now, although no less futuristic, as we talk about Extreme E. Chip Ganassi Racing will be joining the lineup next year, and they are no strangers to winning endurance races. Before we move on to share with you where you can watch the best sim racing this weekend, we have news from MotoGP. It has been announced that the circuit at Jerez have agreed a deal to hold the first two rounds of the MotoGP Championship this year. They're just waiting to hear back from the government of Spain for approval, but all being well, you will be able to catch the first two rounds in July. Racing is of course still taking place in the virtual world, so where can you watch the best sim racing action this weekend? Formula E is back on the 9th of May with the third round from the Race at Home Challenge. You can watch the entire race unfold on the Formula E YouTube channel. Next up is the Race All-Star Series, powered by Rocket Phones. You can watch the second round on the race's YouTube channel. Then you have the SRO Esports GT Series live from Spa. With racers such as Jenson Button and Rafael Marcello, you'll be able to watch this on the GT World YouTube channel. That was your weekly car, motorsports and sim racing roundup. Follow Is It Fast on your social media platform of choice for much more news, car reviews and in-depth interviews in the future.